announcement. I'm not doing the podcast with Jesse on Fire. I'm not doing it. I decided it felt wrong. So we're not going to get it started. I want to do it on my own. I want to do my own podcast eventually. We've had some, I just feel like we have a difference in where we want the podcast to go. And it's not about the money, in my opinion, although there was a lot of money on offer for me to do that podcast with Jesse on Fire. It was a decision I had to make because I feel like I could do it on my own way better. And I would love to do a podcast on my own at some point where I would incorporate the chat, where I would have viewers call in, where I would have debates with like chat members that are known within the community and have them on and we could have things like that. And I think if I were to do that on Jesse on Fire's collaborated podcast, it would end up me taking over the show and he would just sort of be like he would just be there. So I want to do it on my own and I want to incorporate the MMA Guru way into the podcast. So I'm not going to do the Jesse on Fire podcast. I want to do my own and I want to put all my energy into it because I feel like if I did the Jesse on Fire podcast, I would just end up autopiloting episodes and I don't want to just do it and autopilot it for the money. So no disrespect to Jesse at all. It's nothing like that, but we just different visions for the podcast, different vibes clashing. I feel like on my own with members of my community would be way more fun for my channel and my viewers. You know what I mean? I felt like a lot of your jokes went over his head. I'm not going to get into any specific reasons why, but I just noticed a few things and I was like, I don't know. But no disrespect to him at all. He's still a great channel. And I just decided not to do it. I DM'd him today. I actually DM'd him just before I went live. And his last DM was cool on my side. We're all good. And I said same here. So, yeah. He wanted to do it. But I just can't go against what I'm thinking of doing. So, just got here. Did you break the news about our podcast collab? No. It's because of Bisping. It's not because of Bisping, dude. It's just I want to do my own podcast and I want to do it the Guru way. I want to be full Guru on my own podcast. And I feel like just having a podcast where it's me and Jesse talking and the chat is just the chat and I just feel like I could do it my way a bit better. It's me in the chat. It's not me and Jesse with people just watching. You know what I mean? So I'd rather just do it my way. Thank you for the $2, Ubong. We told you this already. Apologize to the chat. Yeah, I apologize. I kind of knew it the whole time, but the money was... that money was speaking to me. The promised money from people that were willing to buy ad space. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It was... eventually, if the numbers hit the expected numbers, it was about 300,000 a year. But yeah, there's a lot of money. So yeah, because it would be an ad read every quarter of the podcast, and that is a lot of money if we could get about 40,000 live viewers eventually. So I don't want to do it just for that. I want to do my own thing, and I want to do it right with the chat involved. Thank you for the $2. It's not cap. It's not cap. It's I don't know. I think I could do my own thing a lot better. Thank you for the $2, Joshua Melgar. Wait, I'm late. Is MMA on Fire finished? No. Toast called it. Yeah, Toast kind of called it. And as much as I was denying Toast, you know, I felt it. But it was good money and it was a good promise of, like, I don't know. I saw the projections of what people would be willing to give for ad space on the podcast, and I want to do my own thing. 40,000 live viewers. No, not 40,000 live, just 40,000 in general, and it would happen eventually. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate you, BG. Your entire image is based on being better than the so-called experts like him. No, it's not like, I'm not diminishing Jesse on Fire. He's a good channel. Like, he makes good content, and you guys would enjoy his content. But I think on my own, I'm way fucking better than I am with someone else. I don't know if you guys get that. But when it's just me in the chat, I think it's just way better. And if I cancel out the chat and do a podcast without it, I just become, I don't want to say it because it sounds so weird, but I become a fucking normie MMA podcaster. And I don't want to become that. So I think I could do it on my own. Thank you for the $2. Jesse, you really don't know about the sport. It's not about that. It's just, obviously those mini things are a thing, but the overall reason was no hard feelings towards Jesse. It's just the way my brain is. Like, I like tackling things on my own. And also, I'm going to say the selfish reason of it. I think I'm moving, I don't know, the success that we had over the weekend, I think I have a lot of power to do something on my own. Yoinked his viewers and dipped. No, we're still going to collaborate. I didn't really yoink any of his viewers because we weren't going to do the podcast yet. So I was saying, if I wanted to yoink his viewers, I could have done the podcast for a few episodes and then just ended it and started my own one. But I didn't want to start something just for the sake of that. So I think to end it before it even begins is the better way to do it. That's all. Thank you for the $10. Thank God, Allah, Yallah. Thank you for the $10, Cheddarhead. I appreciate your $10, good sir. Jesse planning his revenge. I don't know what he's going to do for revenge, but I don't think there's any need for revenge. I'm not saying it's about him whatsoever. It's just about, it's not even about Jesse in any way. It's not about Jesse on Fire in any way. It's just about someone else doing it with me. I'm the MMA Guru. You know what I mean? It's the MMA Guru in the chat. It's not MMA Guru and someone else while the chat sits there like a cuck and just watches it. You know? Like, even when we went live the first time, as we were talking amongst each other, I could just see you guys, like, just constantly trying to get acknowledged from the stream. And it was like, I'm just ignoring you guys the whole stream to talk to Jesse on Fire, pretty much. Will you guys still be friends? I'll still collab with Jesse now and again. I don't mind. But yeah. I just want to thank you for the $2, Candle Jack. Khabib going to be pissed his boy got embarrassed. Yeah. Thank you for the $2, dude. I appreciate you. The calling in from chat members concept is fire. I feel like there would be some hilarious moments, occasional fighter interview segment. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Don't you guys just think, and I have been thinking this all day today, all day yesterday, and all day the day, like, ever since we first streamed on Jesse on Fire's thing. I think the podcast would be so much fun if it's just me and the fighter. Don't you think? If it's just me and the fighter and it's not, I'm sitting there in silence while Jesse asks a question and then it's my turn to ask a question. It would just be so cool if it was just a podcast eventually when it's just me and the fighter and then it's just me and chat members call in. And then I go to a segment where I read the chat and acknowledge donations. And I, like, maybe it's if there's a way of doing this on YouTube, I can turn on donations at some point in the stream of a podcast thing. And then I'm ready to read them. And then I just think it'd be so much better. He's taken it well so far. We've messaged each other. I've spoken to him about it. Listen, he's going to be pissed off 100% because he built the channel. He hyped it up. He spoke about it so much. And it's a good business opportunity for him that's been taken away. So he's 100% going to be pissed about it. But it's just, I don't know. I'm not even going to try and act like I'm doing it. I'm turning down the money, everyone, and going it solo because I will have sponsors on my own thing eventually anyway. So I'm not trying to be like that. I just think it'd be so much cooler to just do it on my own. You know what I mean? I don't know. Sponsors, so do you blame him? I don't blame him. No, he's rightfully going to be a little bit annoyed by it, but we're still cool and we'll still collaborate now and again. I don't know. Last comment on the whole thing. I just think I tackle projects that I do way better when I'm on my own because I give 100% into it. But with the Jesse on Fire thing, I'd sort of just end up autopiloting it and just showing up to just to show up. And then I don't know. I just don't think it would be as good. So I want to do my own thing. You may find a co-host eventually that fits in, but I want it to be natural. I want it to be like I have someone on as a co-host for an episode, and then everyone's like, dude, that's bring him on more often. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be that way. I don't want it to be a permanent co-host, you know.